I'm really enjoying the study of my book with you all together. I think the opportunity during this Lenten season to get into the Gospel of Matthew, to listen to the words of Jesus, and to contemplate that in the context of the story I share is a really nice, honest way for us to deal with these questions of faith. And the discussion and dialogue we've enjoyed on Sunday mornings has been wonderful so far. Thank you for your participation in that. I really loved this last Sunday and how many different voices we heard offering input related to some of the themes in the first part of my book and those early chapters in the Gospel of Matthew. This week you are on schedule if you're into part 2 of the book. And I've got the book right here, so just as a reminder, part 2 is starting with chapter 8, and that part is actually entitled The School of Discipleship. So during this week, you'll be dealing with a variety of themes that are still early in Jesus' ministry. Is discipleship an all-or-nothing thing? Must we have it all figured out and everything settled to keep company with Christ? Certainly wasn't the case for me. My guess is not particularly the case for you. But as we engage Jesus through the Gospel of Matthew, there's this constant reminder to admit our need, to push past our fears, and to act with the kind of compassion that characterized his life. And in our conversations next Sunday, we'll be addressing some questions that connect to the stories of Jesus' compassionate healing and his challenges to would-be disciples who wanted to be on this journey with him, and some of them weren't so sure that they could count the cost and say yes. I'm curious as you contemplate what you read about things like this that we'll discuss next week. Do you find yourself able to imaginatively place yourself in the position of various characters in these stories? Are you more of a nomad or a nester, which is something I talk about in chapter 9? Are you one who likes to stay planted and rooted and enjoys the familiar? Or are you somebody who loves adventures and struggles when you're having to deal with routines? And how do those kinds of things impact your faith? How do you deal with fear? And what are your primary fears? And how does faith come into play for you? And how are you moved by the compassion of Jesus and its applications for our life as a church and your life as an individual follower of Jesus Christ? These are the kinds of things we're going to talk about. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say.